Hello, 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 beasties. Welcome to the lair. How's everybody tonight? Hey, Opal. Hey, Sanji. Hey, Texas Mama Bear. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Um, Originally, I was going to do games and guns and all of our normal Tuesday night stuff and our usual Tuesday night stuff, but I might deviate from that. Um, I'm going to cover this one specific story, and I'll make my decision after that story if I'm going to continue to stream tonight. What I will say is tonight's the first night this is listed on both here and Twitch. If you have a Twitch, I'll put it up in my community page after the stream. I'll be live on Twitch tomorrow in the afternoon cleaning guns because I can clean them live. So since I can clean guns live on Twitch, not here on YouTube, I will do it tomorrow live during the day on Twitch, and then I will edit it down a little bit, and we can watch some of the clips on YouTube in the evening. Hey, Paul. Hey, Parson. So yeah, I will put it up on the community tab later. Live streaming gun cleaning tomorrow on Twitch. I'll have a regular stream in the evening, but that's what's going to go on there. I'll put the Twitch link on the community tab. See, Alan. Mullenholt, you got your membership thanks to the lovely, the beautiful, the wonderful Snarky P Patty. See, Alan, do you mean tonight or tomorrow? But yeah, I will be live streaming gun cleaning from here on out on Twitch, and I will be doing a bunch of Twitch streams that will later be cut down into like shorts. So if you want input or you want to ask questions, or while I'm cleaning guns and breaking them down, you have specific questions. Hey, Cool Frog. How are you, brother? You'll be able to watch me clean the guns and break them down on Twitch, and you can ask questions and all of that fun stuff. So the Twitch link will be on the community tab later. So that one's that. But my gun clean Appaloosa, yeah. We're gonna grumpy gun clean tomorrow on Twitch during the day. So, yeah, Paul, I'll put the link up for it on the community tab. Anybody can watch it on Twitch. If you want to join the channel there, you can. That's where a lot of my live stuff's going to be eventually, and this will be more video on demand with maybe one live or two lives a week. I'll see. I'm also going to do some stuff on Rumble in the near future. But since I can clean guns there and people can ask questions while I'm doing it, that's what we're going to do. So one of the stories I saw that was funny that I wanted to cover, let me make sure. So we're going to cover this gun story first. What I'm going to say before I even any of this, if you're flying, especially to another country, maybe just check your luggage. I don't know. Hey, Navy Techs. Yeah, no, Paul. I mean, you can clean guns at the same time I am and say hi, or you can just watch me clean guns and make fun of me. It's all good. Navy Techs, you missed it. I will be streaming on Twitch tomorrow during the day. I'm going to live stream gun cleaning and other things that I can't on here, and then I'll cut some of the stuff down. But first, let's cover the story about the stupid. Go away. Let me do this before I forget. Okay. Washington State Senator arrested in Hong Kong for carrying a gun in the airport. Look, if you're overseas, Drugs and weapons charges are not your friend. Other countries have very strict rules compared to the US, and it's bad. It's all the bad. But an American politician has been arrested in Hong Kong for carrying a gun into the city, according to the charge sheet, in what he's calling an honest mistake. I'm not really sure how you can make the mistake. Washington State Senator Jeff Wilson was arrested on Saturday at Hong Kong International Airport and charged with possession of a firearm without a license. The charge sheet states it's an offense punishable by up to 14 years in prison and a fine of more than $12,000. Wilson appeared in the Shawton Magistrates Court on Monday and was granted bail. The Republican state senator, whose full name is Stephen J. Wilson, said he did not realize he had packed his pistol in his briefcase while he and his wife were traveling for a 5-week vacation to Southeast Asia, according to his statement. It was an honest mistake, and I expect this situation to be resolved shortly. He said he discovered the weapon mid-flight between San Francisco and Hong Kong. Can somebody go check on TSA in Hong Kong, like in San Francisco? Is TSA okay? I have questions. He didn't realize his pistol was in his briefcase when he passed through airport security in Portland, and baggage screeners failed to note it. I am thinking somebody's in a lot of trouble and going to get some job retraining. But once again, TSA, are you okay? No? Yes? Something. Wilson said in the statement, when the plane landed in Hong Kong, he immediately went to customs and called their attention to the issue. CNN has reached out. Nobody's commented. Hong Kong's Customs and Excise Department told them it had no comment to give. Legal proceedings are underway. Faces the next court hearing in Hong Kong on October 30th. Under Hong Kong's strict gun control laws, no one's allowed to possess any arms or ammunition unless they have a license from the commissioner of police. Licenses are only given to police officers, armed security guard services, and operators of exclusive shooting range clubs. Gun violence is very rare in Hong Kong, unlike in the U.S., where firearms are now the number one killer of children and teens. That's a very skewed statistic and not correct, and I'm going to break that down a different day. In Washington state, open carry is allowed for both long guns and handguns without a license, which means individuals can carry a firearm in many public areas, although private property owners may prohibit firearms on their property. However, a license is needed to carry concealed firearms in the state. Wilson noted in his statement that his pistol is registered in Washington and he has a concealed carry license. Look, you need to know the gun laws if you're traveling to another country, especially, and to other states. People don't understand if you have gum in Singapore, they can arrest you. Chewing gum is prohibited in the country of Singapore. If you have prescription medication, you have to apply for a special visa to go to Singapore. And even that's really hard to get. And you're only allowed to take the exact number of pills you need for the exact amount of time you're going to be there. And there are lots of interviews and letters from doctors. It's crazy. If you go to a foreign country, Americans need to realize you are not seen by them as quote unquote an American in the regard that, like, oh, they're an American, no big deal, that shit's legal there, we'll just get them and they can leave. You're going to be charged like there's in many Southeast Asian countries, owning a firearm is a capital offense. Minor amounts of drugs are a capital offense. Literally a capital offense. If they catch you in Singapore, Indonesia, I believe Hong Kong, I have to check, with any amount of marijuana or a THC vape or even just CBD gummies, you can be executed for it. So, hey, Scotto. Everyone say hi. I love my Scotto. So, it's just insane to me. Don't. Just, oh, excuse me. Just don't. Bad idea. Oh, yeah. Paul Cohen, you are talking about the one that returned to the U.S. brain dead? Is that the one you're referring to? you know, there you don't have rights in these other countries, and their justice systems are generally fairly corrupt and not transparent. So you might not want to play the FAFO game going. Yeah, Paul, there's been a couple. Some have gotten caned and released, but the one I think you're talking about was beaten and caned and held in prison, and they finally secured his release. He was flown back to the U.S., but he was tracheostomy, and was on a ventilator and completely unresponsive. And by the time he got to the U.S., he was pronounced brain dead and passed away because he was tortured in North Korea, if that's the one you're referring to. But yes, you don't have rights in these states, right? And you have to also remember it's not just, guns. If you are homosexual or transgender or any of those, and you go to many Middle Eastern countries, they can execute you. It's illegal and a capital offense. You go to Iran, they see, two men together holding hands. Not only will you be arrested, but generally it's a capital offense in that country. So, Russia's the same way. You can go to jail for being gay or trans. So, you need to check where you're traveling. The U.S. isn't going to be able to help you, especially when you travel to a country we don't have diplomatic relations with. So, C. Allen, you'll have to, are you still here? Are you going to be, because if you are, I'm going to play the video you sent me. If you're not, I'm going to wait and I'll play the video tomorrow. For those that came in late and missed it, I will be streaming on Twitch tomorrow. I will post a link right after the stream on my community tab, and I will be cleaning guns on Twitch because I can, and you will be able to ask me questions, ask me to hold up the gun. I can handle them on camera on Twitch. If you're not a Twitch person, you can click the link and it'll take you there. You don't have to have a membership, or you don't have to join or anything. I will generally cut down anything I do on Twitch. I'm going to cut down into shorts and YouTube comment because I can't handle things live. Okay, C. Allen, I'll play it. You said work was getting in the way. I didn't know if you meant about tomorrow's gun cleaning or this evening, and I didn't want to play the video you so graciously sent me if you weren't going to be here. So, let me look at this one first. Someone recently did a video of frauditor that decided he was going to play around in Japan. He's saying racist stuff. He got sentenced to 3 years. Yep. I have heard this too, Creed, that Russia can be a lot more lax. But I also know several people who have had very different experiences. So I know several people who got turned around and put right back on a plane. But it depends on who you get in the day of the week, Creed. Mullenhole, I'm going to need you to clarify your question. You can always ask questions. This channel is here for education, always open to questions. I'm just not sure what you're asking me with this one, but I'm always open to questions. So I was sent a video by the ever lovely C. Allen, who is amazing and sends me lots and lots of good stuff and asks me lots of amazing questions. So I'm going to pop up the video and we're going to watch it. And then after it, we'll discuss. I will pause maybe once or twice in it, but we'll see where it goes. So if you have questions, put them in. So let me pop this one up real quick. Okay, here we go, guys. And you have to let me know if there's a volume issue.
One suspect with an extensive and violent criminal history shoots at police in Minnesota only to get released. steal a cop car, and start shooting at police all over again.
I lost my radio. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Around noon on March 16, 2020, officers were called to a Walmart in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, to investigate some potential shoplifting, along with the purchase of a suspicious amount of ammo.
Okay, I'm sorry.
From the surveillance footage, the
surveillance
suspect
cameras.
in question can be seen paying cash for an item in the electronics section of the store. However, it is worth noting that this individual has a criminal history of counterfeiting. In fact, at the time this video was recorded, he had just served a several-year-long sentence for counterfeiting. He was...
Okay, I'm going to interject right here, and Paul can attest to this. It doesn't matter if he has a history of counterfeiting or drugs or whatever. You can't bring it in. You can't say unless they're on parole or probation, and as a term they have to submit to, searches or whatever. Unless you have proof, you can't use prior bad acts, right?
Is also charged with the illegal possession of a firearm and for possessing at least 6 grams of cocaine, heroin, and/or meth. After filling up his cart past the brim, the suspect walks himself to the self-checkout lane. Here, suspected accomplices can be seen. When the suspect walks out the door to leave, he is confronted by police, and the following scene unfolds.
Okay, before we watch this, I have a question. Walmart, are you filming security on a potato? Are your security cameras potatoes? Just out of curiosity. I just wondering.
Right now! Get down on the ground right now! Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground right now!
My man is double fisting a taser? For one. And for two, I could tell you he missed with the first one. And then I like how dude just trips and falls. He didn't go face first down and fall because of the taser. You can tell by the position. The dipshit just tripped. Oh my. The taser failed. No, he missed. Next. Oh my. My guy. He's shooting. That's healthy for you.
Pilot 33 shots fired, Walmart parking lot.
Okay, so here comes the Loki cynicism. I understand that you're trying to do the double tap, officer. But based on what I'm watching, I don't think the double tap was going to achieve anything other than you using up your ammo and needing to reload faster. So there's that. Two, sir, if you hit him from where you're standing compared to where my guy is standing on the other side of the parking lot, I'm gonna have to say that you should go play the lottery, because the person you're shooting out is outside of the effective range for your 9mm. If you hit him, it's sheer dumb luck. You also got to remember, sir, that the intent follows the bullet. You may not want to be doing that in the middle of a Walmart parking lot with 9 million people walking around. I'm just saying. You also need a lesson in the difference between what is called cover and what is called concealment. I feel like we might have had a little too much adrenaline going. We need to work on that. But please don't waste bullets shooting at somebody well out of reach of you. No. No. Bad idea. My man pulled out his AR. My guy. Look. Do you see the number of cars in this parking lot? My guy. Okay. Well, that escalated quickly, sir. But after watching your technique with a pistol, I don't know that I want you to have that AR. Does it come with training wheels? Based on your shooting before this, I feel like you might need training wheels. Creed, to answer your question, he wasn't at his car. When the guy started shooting at him, he was out of his car trying to approach the person before they started shooting. They started shooting, he returned fire with his sidearm and then retreated to his car and got his AR. Yeah, Paul. This is just screaming lawsuit. This is screaming intent that followed the, intent follows the bullet and you accidentally shot a child. I can tell by the pistol shooting that my boy over here needs to spend some more time at the range. Okay. Sorry. I know I said I wasn't going to pause too much, but I just can't. That's not how you run while holding a rifle. No. You're not even moving and running properly while holding it. My guy. Not to mention, you have a cheater sight.
Yeah, I'm good. Where is he?
Wait, I gotta rewind. Did I see what I just think I saw? Okay. He has his AR. We're running like a Halloween prop.
You okay, Cut? Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, they switched videos. I was like, why is there now a handgun randomly?
Where is he? You okay? Stay down! Get down! Don't you get down on the ground right now! Down on the ground!
While one officer pursues the shooter, this officer orders the two suspected accomplices to get on the ground.
Get your hands behind your back. Get your hands up!
After the incident, the shooter was sent to the hospital to recover from his injuries, which were not fatal. No other injuries were reported. While court documentation for this incident is not readily available, news sources indicate that the shooter was charged with 2 counts of first-degree assault, particularly the use of deadly force against a peace officer, and 1 count of possession of ammunition or a firearm as a convicted felon. 2 additional charges were filed against the suspect months later for the same incident. He was...
Okay. Creed, I've watched it several times. The handgun shooting that was from the AR cop, he has to open his car door. He's initially using his car door as cover, because he had already pulled his sidearm when the first shot went off. So he opens the car door, he uses it as cover, expends his rounds, misses, and then grabs his AR. So he expended his handgun first. My guy running with the AR, we need to apparently work on move with arm. And not to Monday morning quarterback too much, but you have 2 accomplices. You're giving commands to them when you are that far away. The officer with the handgun was far enough away from the 2 he was giving commands to it's a shot in the dark. Like, he's lucky if he can hit them. If they moved, he was SOL. So that's probably not your best idea. 2, my guy with the AR is wheezing while running. Sir, I think you need to go to the gym. If that short of a run with a weapon has you wheezing and huffing and puffing like that, we might need to work on our conditioning. I'm just going to throw that one out there. And apparently my guy needs to watch my prohibited persons video because he was a prohibited person. And in response to the people that are like, we need more gun laws. Oh, yes, the gun laws. Prohibited people can't have guns. Yes, I see how well that worked out here. Yep, those rules that we have. He followed those laws. He's prohibited. So, of course, he would. Seriously? Nobody. Oh, my God. So let's see what happens 2 months from now. And this idiot does it again. I just can't. I would be embarrassed if I was that cop with my crap-ass ability to shoot.
Was charged with second-degree assault and first-degree robbery for pointing his gun at a woman in an alleged attempt to carjack her during the shooting. Take note of this dark form of foreshadowing. The sentencing results of this case have become moot after the suspect posted bail in April of the next year and would be involved in another incident with police. On May 19, 2021, the suspect was stopped during a routine traffic violation in Utah. At the time, he was traveling with a female in the passenger seat. The traffic violation eventually led to enough suspicion for the officer to conduct a search of the vehicle. The officer calls for more squads to arrive on scene. The officers are unaware that the suspect is out on bail for shooting at officers in Minnesota.
So do you have any other ID? It's probably a low car. Based on the stories. That ID doesn't even look like her at all. Just so you know, he's consented to a search of the vehicle. Okay? Is there anything illegal in the vehicle that I need to be aware of before we find it? No marijuana, methamphetamine, guns, bombs, heroin.
Okay. First and foremost, none of you are wearing your body armor. Plain clothes or not, you're in a marked vehicle, you're not wearing body armor. I can tell you that I can slip my vest, my over-the-shirt vest on as I'm getting out of a vehicle. Why you would conduct a stop with no body armor is beyond me. Statistically, the time you're most likely to get shot is either a traffic stop or a domestic. So, my guy, where's your shit?
You need gloves? You want gloves?
During the search, the officer had the suspect sit in the passenger seat of his cruiser without handcuffing him. News sources indicate that 9 pounds of methamphetamines were found in the suspect's vehicle, along with a 9mm handgun.
Well, we've already broken best practices. We don't let people sit in the front of the police car. You sit in the back, even if we're just putting you there while we search. No, we don't let them sit up front. No. Back of the police car. The only time I have ever seen an officer put someone in the front of the car and not have a major issue is because he had a canine in the back seat. But he shouldn't be sitting in the front of the car. 9 pounds of meth. Not only is that a party, you are getting beyond trafficking charges for this. Police would never let anybody sit in the front seat. Like, you shouldn't. They're saying he was sitting in the front seat. Seattle's saying the unit they put him into canine unit, but and that's fine, Seattle. But there's 3 other vehicles there. Literally, there's 3 other vehicles. They could have put him in the back seat of any one of them. They didn't have to put him in the front seat of one of the cars because there was a dog in the back seat. And the bork probably was not a happy bork. Let's see. 9 pounds of meth. That's personal use. For who?
Gloves by chance, extra gloves?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely not her. Not even a little bit.
No.
Why don't you just watch her?
Yeah, I'll watch her. Stay there. Hey, he's taking your car. Hold.
No shit, Sherlock. This is why you don't. Look, I'm sorry. First and foremost, there's 3 of you. It does not take 3 people to search a vehicle. Why you didn't know 1 person there? Watching the 2 idiots is beyond me. Beyond me. If he's agreed to a consent search of the vehicle, you have the right to detain him while you're doing and put him in the back seat. Or at least in cuffs. But, it does not take 3 people to search a car. So tell me why all 3 of you were standing there, not looking at the other 2 police vehicles, with your backs turned to the 2 people that just got out of it. And then you're concerned that maybe there might be a problem? Huh. You're gonna have a lot of explaining to do about how your police cruiser got stolen. I just, mistakes were made. Creed, to answer that, okay. Creed, to answer this question, why did they leave the keys in? You have to leave police cars, medic units, fire trucks. You have to leave them running at all times, pretty much. The MDT computers, which is the mobile dispatch transmission system, you have an MDT computer. It plus a lot of the other things in the car will drain the battery. We have to plug medic units. A lot of police cars have to be plugged in because if you don't cut the other battery, so generally there's a second battery cutoff under the driver's seat. And you can. I mean, I do it all the time, but you have to remember to cut that battery if we're going to cut the car off. And then you have to turn that battery back on before you can start the car. So if the car is running on the side of the road, you have to leave it running, because if you just stop it and turn it off, the car will die. So if they have their MDT running, which they need running because they need the dash cam running, you have to leave it running. And it's not too much shit to do. You have to leave it running so the cameras run. You have to leave it running because the computer drains the batteries like no other, even with a secondary battery. Oh, look, stranger, you finally appeared. So that's why the key. Hold on. That's why the key's in and it's running. But what's the thing? Technically you can lock them. The problem with locking them is, in an emergency, i.e., the idiot that you let sit in the front seat of the car that's got 9 pounds of meth decides he's going to take off running and you have to go chase him, you are going to have to, unlock a door, which can be a problem. I can tell you that pretty much every emergency vehicle has a door unlock button on the exterior of the vehicle if you know where they are. They're not easy to, you have to know where they are. So I'm going, so it's normal to leave them running. What's not normal is the fact that you generally don't leave 2 idiots alone with your police car and let someone sit in the front seat while 3 of you who aren't wearing vests stand there like dumbasses trying, searching a car together. You're not girls going to the bathroom on a date. You don't need all your buddies to be there to help you.
Wait a second. Somebody in the front?
Hold on.
There. Hey, he's taking your car.
There you go. We stole your car. Ha ha. Dumb shit. Such a dumb shit, you guys. I love it.
Original 569. I'm going to be going 1080 with a suspect. He is stolen The K9's vehicle. He is in a police vehicle. We are 202 northbound.
Oh my God, he's got
Yes,
the
you
dog
heard
in the
that
back
correctly.
seat.
There is a K9 police dog in the patrol vehicle that was stolen.
Well, that's gonna go well. The workforce will be mad.
Taken off in a police K9 vehicle. 1619.
He's all right. Look, traffic was right.
13, this is 1 Oscar 9, I believe it's 1 Oscar 9 or 1 Oscar 10's police unit. They're taking the 202 exit. Do I have permission to continue?
Oh my.
13569, requesting permission to continue taking 202 exit. Police vehicle, affirmative.
10-4, looks like he's just stopped right here at the stop sign at the 202.
So you stop.
Copy, stopped at 202, 1620.
My guy. Yup. No, he's not moving that bad in the traffic.
324, 1620.
He's got a gun.
The gun the suspect is shooting at the officers with is the police department's rifle from the cruiser.
Oh, this is gone. Oh, this is old.
He's got his rifle. Shot. Shots fired.
Okay, we're going to pause this here for a second. So, FYI, the statement that the officer's body armor or the back of the car is not going to stop a 223 round, because that's what they use. They're using 223. That is not true. It depends on the level of your vest. My vest will stop a 223 round without a problem. But if you remember what I said a few minutes ago, they're all wearing t-shirts. So he's not wearing body armor that would stop it. He's in a t-shirt. Yes, there are weapons in the front of the vehicle. I'm not sure how their vehicles are in Minnesota. I can tell you my vehicle, they have a long gun lock, and you can't just get in and grab the long gun. You have to know where the release for the holder is. So I know like where the release is. One of my old vehicles, it was a nondescript button on the front where the radio was, but that's what you need to unlock it so you can take the rifle out. They are up front, but they're generally secured. So yeah, and they weren't all 9-line t-shirts. The one guy was wearing one that was meant to look like a band tour t-shirt with all the police K9 names on the back. Sandy, this is beyond so many protocols violated. This is just like all the dumb in the world. The other thing is, this officer is probably at the very maximum of his effective range of his sidearm. So, no, don't let them sit in the front of the car. No, all of this. Y'all are dumb. Y'all need retraining.
Waiting for the dog to go nuts.
The dog's in the back seat, locked.
Oh.
Now, what I can tell you, again, I don't know these vehicles specifically, but I can tell you our vehicles, there's a gap, right, between the front seat and the back seat that the puppy can get into the front seat. Unless you shut the gap and lock the bar over it. And generally, you don't do that. Generally, it's open. I'm going to guess they did lock that because they were letting the guy sit in the front seat and they didn't want the puppy to eat him. But, you know, he could have his hands very, very full if that dog gets loose. The other thing is, I will tell you, again, don't know their specific. Almost every police car that's a canine carry what looks like a key fob. It doesn't unlock the back seat where the work is. It opens the door.
Oh.
Paul, they put him in the front seat because the dog was in the back seat. But there was 3 other patrol cars they could have put him in the back seat of, so that was them doing a dumb. But what people don't realize is the back doors where the dog is, we can open with a remote and the door will pop open and the dogs know to go, like push on it for it to go out when they hear it unlock. It's a very loud auditory lock. So you can open the door and let the dog out if you're, within visual sight of it.
Completely fine there, Sandy.
See, Alan, no. It is the fob to open the door for the fur missile is separate from the keys, and it is always on the canine handler's belt. Hey, Only Frauds. Thank you. Let me know how the video goes. I'll catch you after. I'll answer the other question for you after. But thank you for stopping by, darling. Thank you. But yeah, they could have released the dog. Creed, does the dog know who to go after? You give commands. Dogs are trained in other languages in the US so that other people can't give commands. But that aside, they only respond to certain commands and they know who their handler is. And they are generally trained to not go after people in uniform. I can tell you on scenes where the dogs come out, if I'm in uniform with boots, they ignore you. They're trained. You mean if the cop who's chasing is not the canine handler, like I was saying, they train them to look at, they train them to not go after people in uniform. So, yes, they are in plain clothes, but we familiarize dogs. I guarantee that dog, when you get it, the handler goes to the school with it, they get their certification, but that dog spends a ton of time at the station to know the officer, so they're not strangers to them. They're not strangers to them. The dogs generally know who they are, and depending on the commands, you can tell them what to do. Well, let's watch this idiot continue this circus. Bar. Now we're retreating even farther. The handgun's not going to work.
I lost my radio. Jump.
He stepped right to the windshield with the AR.
Yeah. I don't have a radio. I'll get in your car.
I will get in your car. Okay, we have another.
Ridgeville 569, shots fired.
Copy, shots fired. 1622, everyone.
Too many moves.
Affirm he's attempting to steal someone's vehicle.
Yeah, and they can look up the end.
Go!
The pedestrians pulling up to the scene discover a true nightmare. The shooter attempts to carjack their vehicle, walking right up to the passenger side window.
Richfield 569. He's attempting to steal a civilian's vehicle right here. He has a county's rifle.
Put the gun down!
Drop the weapon!
Let the dog out.
It's a white mid-size SUV. We're right here at the 202 by the stop sign.
Loki advice. If you're this stupid and you pull up and you stop and there's shots going off and you stop and somebody walks up to your vehicle with a gun and is commenting that they were going to hijack you or take your vehicle or anything, slam on the gas. They're not going to be able to shoot you, literally. the dude in plain clothes who's got a gun, who's trying to carjack a vehicle and threaten him, put your foot, like pedal to the metal and go. If they're going to carjack you, slam on the gas. You'll get away much. No, Paul. I understand it's a police car, what they're supposed to think. I get that. But it's not a cop. Yes, I understand why you stopped, because you saw the police car. The guy that walked up to the side of his vehicle is in jeans and a t-shirt, plain clothes. You have multiple police cars stationed away from it with people yelling. So yes, okay, I understand stopping because you see the police car. But the guy does not look like an officer. He's not in a uniform. He doesn't have a badge on his belt. Even plain clothes, you have to have a badge on your belt that's visible. So just step on the gas. And not even in this situation. I'm more saying in general, if somebody ever decides to try to carjack you, slam on the gas. You stand a better chance. See, Alan, are you channeling Mike? It gets worse.
Richard 569, be advised there are vehicles on the northbound on-ramp parked to the side. Put the gun down! Put it down!
Reports indicate that a female driver, unaware of the situation, slowed down to see if the shooter needed help. The suspect reportedly pointed his rifle at her head and told them if they did not transport him, he would kill them. The driver's significant other made the decision to hit the barrel of the rifle away. The suspect would then pull the trigger and fire it into the center of the dashboard. This caused the car's OnStar system to activate, temporarily disabling the SUV. They quickly restarted the car and sped away. However, the suspect kept firing at them, causing a bullet to go through the passenger's leg. This is unknown to the officers in the moment.
I see it. You got your shotgun?
It's in the front.
Let me see if he's going to show it.
What's that?
Okay. Let's
Let that poor dog out.
Hold on. I mean, he does have a bork in the other car. Let's see if I can pause it at the right second. Let's see. Where is my man leaning into the car? We'll go to right here. I'll be able to pause it. Okay, hold on.
The officer did indeed hit the suspect
Okay, so I know you can't really see it great, but right back here.
in the leg.
Let me turn a little bit.
1356.
Then he goes for the gun.
Driver's side! Rear driver's side! Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
Other than from the other guys.
He's behind that tire.
So before, when they showed you the radio console in between the two front seats, if you looked between the backs of the two seats, you can see where his long gun is standing up, and that's where they lock them and how they're locked vertically. And there's a button on that center console that unlocks the restraint for the rifle. There's two canines. One in that vehicle he stole and one in this vehicle.
Why has this one not been turned loose?
Was that you?
Because they're gonna he'll shoot the dog. He's gonna shoot the dog if they let him go. I would be more concerned with why you let the idiot get in the front seat of a police car first, but hey.
Why did you actually stop? What did you do? Drive it into the ditch?
They shot out a tire.
All I can say right now is he's got Miko's complete and undivided attention.
Got anything?
I don't see any movement
See, Alan,
in either
it's not
side,
even
but
that
he's
it's
got
too
a
far
goal
out
he
to
can go down,
release
and
them-
I won't be able to see
to
him.
release them and close the
I
gap.
don't see movement.
The problem is
They just mentioned that he went down the ravine to the east.
As the officers recoup from the situation, it appears another civilian drives by the stolen cruiser.
oh, he's got the
Leave!
shotgun.
Get out of here! No, not that way!
Run. Like, they're not controlling this scene well at all. Oh my. Let's see.
Time passes, and officers call in Utah's SWAT team equipped with an armored truck to approach the suspect. Reportedly, he was still able to run off to a nearby river, and a search was initiated. However, he was soon found and detained.
Okay. So here's the thing. Like you guys heard, he said that the female driver's passenger, significant other, whatever, smacked the barrel of the gun. And he fired into the dashboard. If somebody's got a gun pointed at you and you can tell they're not an officer kind of thing, or someone's trying to hijack you, just slam on the gas. Don't reach for the gun, because the amount of time that you trying to move the barrel of the gun, that was enough of a, gap, couple seconds to allow him to be able to shoot. As soon as they put that gun up, just slam on the gas, and it's in the window. They've already said he had the very end of the right, and the B post is going to hit it. Just slam on the gas and go. Don't argue with the idiot, because if you let him into the car, he's going to kill you anyways, most likely. These guys did a lot wrong. No, is everybody perfect? No. Am I perfect? Not at all. But don't put people in the front seat of a police cruiser. You had other options. It doesn't take 3 people to search a vehicle. And they didn't launch the fur missile because where they were in relation, he would have been able to shoot the dog before the dog could have gotten to him. You're generally only releasing the dog if you have some kind of advantage. They're in the woods, something, an open, flat area like that, he's gonna take out the dog. So that's why they didn't. But in all honesty, like, C. Allen sent me this video, so thank you, C. Allen. There was a lot of mistakes were made at the beginning of this call. And, with mistakes were definitely made. I guarantee everybody got in trouble because you did lots of things that are against policy. So, yeah, they're lucky that nobody died and that the puppies are okay. But somebody got slapped. I guarantee someone's chief and the commissioners are not happy. So there's that. For everybody that came in late, I am going to, after this, I'm going to post my link on the community tabs. Tomorrow during the day, I will be live streaming gun cleaning and gun stuff on Twitch. And then later in the evening, I will put up some clips of it and I'll go live and you can ask more questions if you're not there. So if you want to come talk to me while I'm cleaning guns, watch me clean guns, ask questions, all of that stuff, please check the community page, click on the Twitch link. Passenger took a shot to the leg. The guy that was shooting people took a shot to the leg. Yeah, see, Ellen, I know it was 2 separate incidents with the same people. They said at the beginning they didn't know that he was the Walmart shooter and was on bail for the Walmart incident. What I will say is, both incidents, there was a lot of training that needed to be done that could have mitigated some of the situation, how they did it, because they did not handle it at all well. So there's that. But I am going to say good evening, and I will post the stuff for Twitch tomorrow, and we can pick a different night to do games. And I will catch you off later. Paul, let me know how you're feeling. Go do your treatment. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.